I'll be reacting to Revolution Bottleman DX episode 20. And I'll be starting my reaction from the 1 minute and 50-second mark in 1, 0, go. Oh, yeah. All right, I like how hyped up this Dean guy is. Hopefully it actually is something that's actually breaking. I could see why they'd pump someone up. I mean, who wouldn't be excited at the very least run into a champion and potentially face him in this verse anyway? I like how he's being overly dramatic, saying Citrus might be next year. I highly fucking doubt that. Because the Citrus has been missing, he probably might be the guy that just likes to have a low profile, all things considered. I mean, I wouldn't blame him for contemplating shit like that, though. I mean, I could see why Kota would be pondering right now. After he took some losses, if I were in his spot, I would probably want to be practicing my ass off. Okay, there's some nice character development because we haven't never seen Kota this dead set and wanted to increase his strength. Okay, the fuck is this guy's problem? And the fuck does that have to do with Kota? Oh boy. He wasn't going that overboard. Ain't like no anyone got injured or lost their fucking limbs. Oh. I mean, technically he has permission to utilize... Actually, yeah, he doesn't really. Oh, that's true, actually. The thing is, though, would Hikari Ryo agree to this shit, though? Knowing his ass, he'd probably want our boy Kota to fight for the right of utilizing Kolomaru. It's probably going to be like no one gave him the right. Or maybe... Ha! I like how he just quickly came a fucking around. Good. Good. Damn, this guy's a big-ass stickler for the rules. But that's good, though. At the very least, he abides by the rules that he so intently tries for other people to uphold, though, at the very least. I swear, when he says fizz, that just sounds so fucking suggestive. I think he should do whatever the fuck he wants. Okay, why the fuck would he want to do that? Honestly, who says he has to do this, though? This kind of feels pointless because why does our boy even have to preserve the peace? I mean, really, why does he? He's a merely what? A bottle battler. Yeah, he has. This is stupid! Our boy was already given permission to utilize Kolomaru. This feels so pointless. Literally, it was mentioned that he got permission from higher ups to use Kolomaru. This feels like it's a match just for the sake of having a fucking match. Oh. You know what? If the match is good, it won't necessarily enhance the run of the episode, but at least it'll make it slightly better. Whenever he says we're going to fizz you up, it sounds like he's about to do some fucking wrong and suggestive things to the man. When he says, I'll fizz you up. Oh, man. I'm assuming... Oh, kind of similar to Kolomaru's at the very least. In a way, this is nice, though, because I do want to see how our boy matches up against Rio if they're on equal footing. Because it wouldn't be fair if Kolomaru only had a vital sync. I'm just saying. What a fucked up old lady. Like manipulating a kid's hatred to utilize this kid as a fucking... That's fucked up. Honestly, though, what... He should honestly consider following the mindset of his mother instead. But again, with how Rio suffered, I could see why he'd have the mindset of not wanting to just do things peacefully. Whoa, okay. I'm assuming, though, he'll get there as he practices more, though. Maybe he doesn't hate his own father enough. In that case, he might be able to unleash more of his power if he goes up against someone like his own father. That's probably one of the ways of him unleashing everything. It is like the dumbest shit ever. He actually is. And it ain't like anyone in this verse has ever died with bottle battling. This is fucking stupid. Like, even if the match still ends up being fucking badass, this whole thing will be fucking stupid. I gotta admit, though, it does look badass. I ain't gonna fucking lie. Okay. I mean, the animation is looking slick, though, at the very least. I mean, this guy upholds the rules, and he is ranked pretty high, so he ain't gonna be no bitch. Hopefully, this means he's gonna start to strategize a little bit more instead of just... Because I think right now, Koto's problem is that he relies a little bit too much on his power right now. I swear, whenever he says Flash King, that sounds like the most epic shit ever. He probably strategizes the point to where the cap would have the most effect. Oh, that's actually pretty impressive. I think one way we can combat this is by shooting the caps a little bit more quickly. Yo. Wow. I don't think our boy needs any fucking reminders on that shit. Honestly, I don't care much for Ponta at all. I don't give a shit if he shows up a lot. But honestly, here's what I think about this episode. If I had to rate this one on, say, a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional, here's what I'm going to rate this episode. I'm going to rate this episode a 4.75 out of 10 because, to start off with, this guy was at first bitching about how Kolomaru is all dangerous and shit. And then afterwards, when he makes a call asking one of the boys got permission, and then he finds out he has permission, then afterwards he just say, okay, but then he's like, oh, you should use it for peace. Then when our boy says no, he's like, oh, then why don't we play a bottle match? And if you lose, I confiscate it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, the stakes in this are completely out of whack because it's like, that's a bit of a bitch move. Trying to force someone who's just trying to live their life playing bottle caps and then telling them, oh, yeah, use your power to, like, protect and save the earth. I mean, not Earth, but, protect bottle battles. That's like some of the biggest horseshit ever. I feel like this episode exists just to drag out the motherfucking plot because there feels like there's no value in this aside from our boy going up against someone that's actually ranked up high. That's about the only benefit I could see from this episode because aside from that, the whole premise of this episode is stupid because it's like, how is this going to progress the plot? Like, seriously, how? Like, the motivations for Ijuin are fucking stupid as hell because it's like, our boy's a fucking civilian. And besides, preserving the peace, how will that even benefit Colomar at all? If you're trying to fucking motivate someone to join your cause and preserving the peace, then at least offer them money or something. Don't just straight up, oh yeah, join me just because. That's some stupid shit. Now, in this episode, if you had someone like Injuin say that if you join me, you'll have more money or be able to pay off your debts, and I'd be like, okay. At least there is offering something, but the way they're handling this episode is just fucking dumb. That's why I wasn't a fan. This was honestly the second episode of the series, the first one being the recap episode. This is the second episode of the series where the writing didn't feel good, which is a damn shame because so far, Cap Revolution Bottleman DX has been good for the most part. Not to say this episode was total dog shit, though, because the match between Ijuin and Kota itself, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's well animated. The animation wasn't the reason why this episode sucked. It was the writing quality. Because everything else was good. The animation quality was good. Everything involving Rio was good, especially when he got his upgraded aqua sparks with vital sinks. Because I was wondering, how in the world is he going to be able to potentially match up to Kota? Well, this episode answers that. He's going to be able to step against him with equal footing. So that's what I thought, even though, yeah, this episode had negative elements, it had some positive elements to it. And I like the characterization for Ryo because it definitely implies that he doesn't have as much hatred on his own father that he lets on, because even the lady was even mentioning the fact that Ryo's emotions weren't all that, which, hey, adds extra layers to Ryo then if he's conflicted when it comes to things regarding his father. Then, aside from that, I also love how it showed you how much more he was conflicted when he remembers his mother saying that these type of cat battles should be for people to enjoy and for peace. So those are some of the positive elements in this episode. And that's why if I had to rate this one on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being 9 to 10 being exceptional, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 10. It's still below average because in my scale, 5 is average. Anything above that is above average. But at the very least, this episode does just enough to only be a slightly below average episode. And it's not at the very least dog shit quality like that recap episode. That's literally dog shit. Quite another episode of this series. That or majority of the original Bottleman series had a lot of low episodes. This one just feels like a small blemish and an otherwise enjoyable series. So hopefully, I have faith that the series will return to form in episode number 21. But anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on the episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how I feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope you all rate the video, share it, comment, subscribe, and also be sure to rate the bell for notifications. Now have a fantastic day, everyone, and thank you so much for watching my video, y'all. Bye-bye.